Let's go.
All right. It's in between. The rules are there no rules. Sean will cuss. Richard and I will actually shriek like little pure choir boys and say, "How dare you?" I'm kidding. I was searching for something.
Fuck off.
I know you're trying to your improv skills are lacking.
It's the morning. So let's actually talk about the elephant in the room, which is tell us how you did with your CrossFit.
Are you
I
saying
need to
he's
lose
fat?
about 5
I know.
pounds, but thanks.
Yeah, big fat ass. How'd you do?
So last week we talked about my anxiety going into the final workout of CrossFit, and I know CrossFitters always talk about CrossFit, so let's talk about my veganism.
Okay.
So
I liked that.
So anyway,
It was funny.
So I finished the final workout, and after the 5 weeks, out of the world of CrossFitters in my age category, I ended up number 140.
How many approximately are in that category?
Over 6,000.
Wow.
And this is worldwide. And so I'm number 140 of over 6,000 worldwide. And that means the top 200 advance.
Okay.
So this means somebody at the gym was like, so what do you get for it? And I'm like, I get more workouts.
I get to do more.
Yeah, I get to do more workouts. So right now in March, I will have a weekend where CrossFit will send the top 200 4 or 5 more workouts to complete in 4 days. And it's to kind of mimic going to a event center and doing a series of workouts, but they can't get all 200 together since we're all span up across the world. And we'll video them. And then the people who place in the top 10 will then go to the CrossFit Games.
Cool.
Y'all keep talking. I gotta blow my nose real quick. Yes. So you're so fascinating. Keep going.
Since Sean says I'm so fascinating, and we're taking a small blow nose break.
Blow nose.
Nose blow break.
There you go.
Yeah. So in March I have 4 or 5 more workouts to complete, and we'll see what happens. I don't think I'll make top 10.
Trash can right under there,
just because it's a lot of badasses.
Well, that's what I was kind of curious as you said that, and I thought about, okay, 6,140. Who's above you? Holy, because I know
people,
you. I see
There's
what you
some
look like.
Tough motherfuckers.
So is it based on time, weight? What's it? How is it ranked? What do you do to get it? The points.
Well, so here's how we score in CrossFit. I don't know if it works the same way in archery, right? But so, say we did a competition, right? The 3 of us, and we did rock paper scissors, right?
Right.
And you won 5 rounds. You come in first.
Okay.
You won 3 of 5 rounds. You come in first. I won in 2 of 5 rounds. I come in second. Sean won 1 of 5 rounds. He comes in third.
Okay.
So you have 1 point for coming in first. I have 2 points for coming in second. He has 3 points for coming in third.
Okay.
Okay. We play again. Whatever your ranking is adds your points to it. So there were 5 workouts in the CrossFit Open. If somebody were to come in first in all 5 of those workouts, they would have 5 points no matter what.
Okay.
Right. So wherever you placed, you get those number of points.
Okay. But because you related it to archery, and to remind the listeners, my daughter does archery, and that's based on here's a target, and every ring it goes from 10 to 1.
You get points.
I'm sorry, it's 1 to 10.
You get points for what you hit.
Right. In the middle
Correct.
is 10 points, and then it goes out from there. I get where those points come from. Are your points, is it on number of repetitions? Like you're lifting something and the more you do, the more higher you rank.
Correct.
And
so,
is there a time limit? You have to get so many reps in an amount of time.
Both.
Okay.
So the last workout was a workout that had 240 reps in it.
Okay.
Right? And it had a 20-minute time cap. And you had to get 240 reps. It was a workout called, it had wall balls. It had rowing for calories, and it had ring muscle-ups where you do muscle-ups on a ring.
Okay.
And you could, in 20 minutes, get a score, or you could, in 20 minutes, finish it and have a time. The time, if you finish all 240 reps, sorry. If you finish all 240 reps in 12 minutes, that's your time.
Okay.
If you finish 220 reps, that's your score.
Okay.
Right? The people who finish placed higher than the people who just had reps.
Right.
But you got a score based upon your placement in that thing.
Okay.
So as an aggregate, I don't even have it in front of me. As an aggregate, I have 1,400 points, which means I had workouts where I placed 1,000, workouts where I placed 100, workouts where I placed, my highest one was a workout where I placed 25th. But the average overall means I came in 140th out of everybody. So
that's amazing.
It's terrifying to think about. But the people that are really in the top like 20 or 30, man, those were beasts. I mean, they placed in the top of every single workout. So the people with me down at 100 to 200, we have a good score. We have a bad score. We have several moderate scores. We just kind of made it to the top 200. This is the second or third year that they're actually wiping the board before the qualifier in March, which is nice. Because in prior years in CrossFit, wherever your standing was, you automatically have those points going into it.
Okay.
So, for example, if you finish first, you would go into the qualifier in March having 1 point. If you finished 140th, like I am, you'd go into the qualifier already having 140 points. So it almost became impossible for anybody who is ranked anybody who is ranked out of the top 30 to move forward. Yeah. So about 2 years ago, they decided just to wipe the board. So everybody in the top 200 is going in with a clean slate, which is kind of exciting because there is that potential to be in the top 10.
That's really cool.
It's not going to happen, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But look, applause, kudos, everything to you. Holy shit, to say that I know somebody that's in the top 200 out of 6,000 to doing that shit. Seriously, man. Congrats.
Well, now I've got what do I
got 3 months to work?
Yeah, I've got 3.5 months of training to get ready for this.
So what's the litmus for so you say, what do you have to get to the next round? So when you're in it, what do you have to do?
He trains for 3.5 months and then is given a weekend to do 4 workouts?
4 or 5 workouts.
But he doesn't know what those workouts are before
what
they're
the
announced.
movements are or anything. So I'll know the week before.
Yeah.
Do you is there a cutoff of where you have to place the next time you have to be in the top 100 to advance? What
10.
You have to be in the top 10.
So I have there
used to be 20, right?
There used to be 20.
Yeah, but now
there are 199 other athletes spread across the globe that I'll be competing with in March over 4 workouts over a weekend.
Right.
To submit. It has to be videoed, and then we'll see if I can make the top 10.
Dude.
I'm just happy the scores got wiped, so I'm not stuck at 140 because I've already got a deficit to my name.
Right.
What sucks is it's over the holiday season and there's food and fun and all that kind of stuff. No, I got to train.
No drinking.
The big thing that
less drinking.
Let's
not go crazy.
Seriously. I mean, the big thing for me is that I recognize what my deficits are and I have to work on this for the next.
That's good.
So yeah. All right. That's the CrossFit update. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Applause
sorry everybody for listening to that.
No. So I actually ended up hitting Sean on text a couple of times because you were so stressed that I thought, I know I could reach out to him and say, how'd it go? I want to know. But at the same time, if it had been bad, I didn't want to be the one going, oh man, I'm so sorry. So I was reaching out to him going, how do you do? He's like, I don't know yet. So I was so relieved and thrilled to hear how well you did.
You have to understand that when I was doing that workout, the owner of my gym, who is the coach of the gym as well, decided to walk me through the last workout just to kind of help me plan it out, get it done. And it was so sad. We get to the final portion, which is rowing 80 calories on a rower, right? It takes me about 2 pulls to get a calorie. And I'm around 40, 42, and all I'm doing is cussing at him. I have never cussed at a coach before during a workout, but I'm like, fuck you. I want to get off this rower. I'm going to walk out that door. I'm going to quit. I don't give a shit. I'm done. Like, to the point that halfway through the rowing the calories, he's like, get up off the rower. Here's some water. Take a break. We're going to come back and finish the row.
Right.
And I felt so bad. Like, I apologize. Like, I'm sorry. I was just a whiny bitch that entire, last 4 minutes.
That makes me feel so much better about myself because I don't even aspire to be as physically fit as you are. I don't want to have my physical health be an impedance to my longevity of life.
Yeah,
I want to be that. But what I love is that you are human in that way. Is like, fuck you. I don't want to do anymore. But seriously, you're amazing.
I was like, I'm going to get out this rower. I'm going to go to my car. I'm going to leave.
Right.
We're going to call it quits right now. You stay on that rower. You've trained for this all year round. Fuck you.
Okay. So
All right, so let's talk about something else.
I was about to say, we want to get to pop culture. We're about 10 minutes in, so the meat of this is going to be this. I threw this out to Richard with the release of Disney Plus. I'm watching a lot of stuff, like any of us, watching a lot of Star Wars stuff, really going through it. Which, by the way, that the Clone Wars movie that came out before the show did. Do you remember?
Yeah,
we saw that in the theater.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't watched that in forever.
It introduces
It's a
Ahsoka,
90-minute movie,
and it introduces her as his Padawan. I remember going to the movie, Sean, and thinking, it was okay.
Yeah.
I went back and started watching it. It's actually pretty good now that I know what to think. It was better than I expected it to be.
It was a new animation style that we weren't used to.
Yes,
true.
And now that I'm cool with it, I see what they did.
The voices are slightly off because it's not the actors, stuff like that.
And also the idea that they threw Ahsoka in there is like, what? He had a Padawan.
He's a little kid character.
But I like it. Now, with that, then I start flipping through being a movie nut, and I'm going through all the things they've got and all the classic Disney films, and that's when I notice that there are two things. That things like Dumbo, which infamously have the crow characters, which are nothing more than minstrel black type things. Crows? They basically are, but oddly voiced by white actors.
Well,
pretending
let's not
to
talk
be
about
black.
Disney problematic
But
films.
in the description, it will say some depictions of this may include racial insensitivities or something like that. That's when I start thinking, okay, we're Song of the South. And Song of the South is nowhere within the collection.
But they've already, they have not embraced, they already kind of hid that film.
They hid it in the U.S., but they would still release it in Europe, if I remember correctly.
It was here's the thing. At the same time this is occurring, I'm going to mention a podcast that I like called You Must Remember This. It's by Karina Longworth, is the writer and host of the show. She does a fantastic job going through the forgotten secrets of Hollywood. It may be about Marilyn Monroe's death, and she really researches it. We really talk about these things. We talk about how the studio system squashed careers, etc. She's doing a whole 6-part series on Song of the South, and I was telling Richard,
6 parts. Wow,
6 parts.
Yeah.
And it begins with here's what it was, and you may think that it's just because it showed blacks in this way. No, it starts off with a group of black workers on a plantation, and it's post-Civil War, post-emancipation, but they're singing about how glad they are they stayed on the plantation. So now that is a fact that there were a lot of blacks that stayed on the plantations because they thought it would be easier than going out there and facing the things in the world. Yet they show those blacks as like, oh, the white master saved me and I'm so good.
They're happy to be there. Yeah.
It's already problematic in that. So she really details in that first episode just the movie itself, how wrong it is and how many insensitivities.
The last theatrical release was in 1986. The movie has been released on video and Laserdisc in other countries, but never in the United States.
So I was going to say, she gets into it that then it was released originally in 1948, I think, and then it's something like that. It was a reaction. It was a reaction Gone with the Wind. Disney wanted, he's like, oh, this revisionist kind of black history thing. We're doing this. I want it. They had actually had a couple of flops because of Fantasia and other things, and he thought this would be their ticket in. Now, there are a lot of websites out there that tell you it's made a lot of money. It hasn't. It was not the top film of its year. Adjusting with re-releases, it has made more money than the movie's in, but it's not. I bring this up because as she researches it, and talks about, where does this come from? The step and fetch it attitudes, these type things. I began to think, as a film fanatic, okay, Disney doesn't want to release it. Turn to Criterion, or
Touchstone or somebody.
Well, I think Criterion, because Criterion does, theirs are almost a film study on a disc.
That film, yeah.
And turn to them and say, here it is, and this is problematic for us. Get scholars, get people.
Get Leonard Maltin doing the introductions like he did with the original DVDs.
And let's talk about, let's show some of this stuff. They've done that with Birth of a Nation, which Birth of a Nation, if you study and get a film degree, you're going to watch Birth of a Nation because it's the beginning of narrative stuff. But, if you don't know. It's
still a racist movie.
Oh my God. Have you ever heard of Birth of a Nation?
No.
It's D.W. Griffith, and it is considered to be one of the first true narrative films. However, would you like to know who the hero of the movie is?
The Klan.
The Klan.
Yeah.
And then it shows blacks in Congress or something like that.
That's from the movie, stuff like that. So,
well, shit, I got to go watch this film. This is fascinating.
Well, so
can I watch it?
Yeah, you can get it. It's out, and Criterion did a version of it that's stunning. But the blacks that are represented are whites in blackface. And so when you see it, that's what you'll get. Now, there are in the background, I think they're actual black actors, but those that speak are whites and blackface. Actually, I'm trying to think of the Criterion release of that is still available, but they did such a great digging into it, and they talk about it. And that's the way that when I studied it